Hello everybody and welcome to episode 9 of my Beastman playthrough. Now we've just crushed a few Border Prince forces here and we're going to be pushing on after this other one next and then probably smashing these two settlements and then going to work out where I'm going next. I'm possibly going to go across the water and start clearing my way up through all of the other border kingdoms, provinces towards the Empire. But I might even go and have a little poke and raid towards the dwarves as well, though that could be risking a little bit. We'll have to see how it goes. Right now we're just obviously going through an end turn. I'm getting a nice income from raiding here, even though both of my hordes are in the same territory, which is generally the worst way of doing it. We're only there because we were being aggressive. Now, the Skaven have just settled. I think they're following me around, settling all the places after I smashed them. So that is something I want to be careful of, because I can't necessarily see where they are, and they are possibly getting quite powerful now. So I just want to be a bit careful of that. Okay, I'm still not joining your war, even though you're going to keep asking me to do it. Okay, I'm not going to be able to chase that army now because it has moved a little bit too far away. But that's certainly not going to... oh well, we've ended their non-aggression pact. That's certainly not going to stop me stamping on the two settlements which are remaining. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to leave one army raiding in this territory, and the other one's going to pop down and smash that settlement. I'll probably use my newer horde to do that. Because it will get me a lot more... it'll get it a lot more experience, so... Yeah, you see, I can't quite catch up with him, but we're going to start moving around to this one with him. And you are going to start marching down to here with here. And now, because we're in two different settlements, we're actually getting a lot more. So we're not getting that much more, to be fair. Okay, so we have leveled up. We're going to take evasion. So we're just starting to push our way down on the spells at the moment. Now, they do have a big army over here, but that's out of the way at the moment. So I'm relatively safe just now. Okay, let's enter. Now, some point soon, I'm actually going to start. I'm going to invest in some Bestigors for my big horde as well, because they're my top tier infantry units. They should be able to do quite a lot of damage, one would think. Especially as my main horde now has a 50% reduction on costs, so I should be able to get them for a reasonable cost as well. But we'll have to see exactly how much they're going to cost me when I get them. I'll have a look next turn to try and work it out, because if I can get those and they're not going to, and if they're not going to break the bank, that's definitely worth doing, because then I can get myself into a nice cushy position again, if you see what I mean. So you know, we'll have a good horde which can take on pretty much anything which is thrown at me, and we'll be in a position where we can, you know, use that really aggressively to keep up our income. I mean, right now I am getting a lot of money from raiding, but I want to keep moving at this point, and I want to push out the growth and the money to because the money helps me get extra buildings, and also helps me unlock certain technologies which really will help me. Okay, so we forgot the moon. So we've got a various buff, so I don't want to take the minus 20 growth. The upkeep's not great. This is a bit of a tricky one. I'll take the extra recruitment cost for the time being. That's for 3 turns, which is a bit annoying, but it's probably the best of a bad lot there. Okay, so we're going to start building some siege towers here and a battering ram. So don't really have any monstrous units in this army to break the walls. And you are going to start moving on here. Okay, and let's end turn again. So you can see there we've lost the income simply because I am sieging there, so obviously I've lost my raiding income from doing that, but at the same time I will hopefully get a nice big chunk from taking that town. I want to watch what their army's doing, because that army goes to this little fort, this horde will take a lot more damage. So actually I might... Ekrund's probably going to need both of my hordes, so I might just start raiding back down towards my other guys there. I'm also very tempted to go and raid the Skaven a bit, but these territories aren't going to, which they've just capped, aren't going to get me much at all. I kind of don't want the Skaven to get too big, though I don't technically need to kill the Skaven to win, I just need to kill all the men. Okay, they've gone to sea, so I'm actually going to double time my other army back down towards in case they come and land, which puts me in a better position for dealing with them as they come over. Okay, we've got the vampires fighting each other, and this Crusader kingdom has expanded quite a bit into the void which I left behind when his brother kingdoms were destroyed there. I'm going to take this battle quickly, simply because I want the income from it and I should be able to smash this relatively easily. I've got some bestial units to take the gates, and I can always throw my normal units up the walls in the normal manner. So my Minotaurs are going to be what's hitting the gate. I'm going to be a bit careful with my... though they don't have too much in the way of archers, so I can also hit with my... my Gorbel and my Giant. I do actually want to level up and get myself another Gorbel recruited for my other army, because they give your armies humongous buffs as they level up. So actually having him in my other having a second Gorbel in my other army will be really, really beneficial for it as well, because huge leadership buffs and huge attack buffs I'm getting from him on this one at the moment. I think with him in my army, my leadership is generally higher than most of the other people I'm fighting against. So I can't see it now, but if I were to look at my Gors, for example, they would have some of their words are failing me. Their leadership is really, really high, and even some of my Ungors, even though they are technically expendable units, they still have very high leadership. Okay, we're definitely gambling on that. So there you go. So we're at 109 leadership and 95 on these guys and 103. And these are expendable units. Ugh, we didn't get much extra from that. Okay, this is my gate breaching force. And the rest of these guys are actually just going to charge up the walls. Okay, and getting all these guys into range nicely. So my archers should do quite a nice chunk of damage. We do have some extra spells now. So direct area, this is strong versus a single target, this is strong versus multiple combatants. Let's pop that down on him. So that will start damaging everything in the area with direct damage. So yeah, we're going to keep hitting that one. He's casting that now. So you see they're all taking damage now. Now we do also have this explosion. I'm going to pop this on the other side on those guys. Because that's anything to deal with, help lower the these guys is always good. And now my archers are coming in, are starting to shoot. That gate is going down very, very quickly. We are low on magic, unfortunately. The gate is down. You guys can just charge straight through and into these guys. And you can watch them there just poking through without even a worry. And my giant's now walking in and engaging too, and whack! You guys are meant to be climbing the walls. Come on, get up there. Stop just standing around. And we're already breaking the walls and we're not even pushing up yet. In fact, I'm just going to charge everything through the gates, because at this rate we'll be quicker charging through the gates. I don't know why you're climbing up. Yeah, our archers are shredding everything up there. Let's start moving my boss through. These guys are just tearing everybody up here apart. And oh, it miscast. Does happen from time to time. Let's keep this charge on. And actually some of you guys can start, my Gors can start chasing up the wall at these guys. Ooh, my Centaurs can chase them. It's hopefully just going to break them. There you go. This is pretty much just a job of clearing up now, and the mass rout has happened. So that was a really easy victory, actually, there, guys. And this is an orc set, old orc, well, dwarven, but with orc textures on it now. So we've ripped them to pieces. So let's end that. So we'll see what we're taking here. We're almost certainly taking the gold here, because that was a very well set up settlement. So we should be able to get a nice big chunk of gold out of that, which will really help us along. Mean we can start leveling some up and recruiting some more units for a few turns before we push across the sea. Okay, so and again, if I'd autoed that, I'd have probably lost units, because the auto there was really bad, and that's one thing I do find with hard. Is it does make your autos far more dangerous, whereas looking at that I knew full well that it was, if I didn't, if I fought that, it would do far better. And my Minotaurs and my Gorbel there did a lot of damage, probably my best damaging units there, so that was really good. 24,000 gold, guys. I'm happy with taking that, because I had to wait around there for 24 odd turns, so let's have a look. That's very good. So we will pop into that one. But this is what I'm talking about. I get all this extra leadership, all this extra attack damage for people around him as well. This is only in a local area, however. This leadership, however, is huge. I mean, you can get recruitment costs, but that's not really that bad. I'm also pushing up this one at the moment, though I will end up with everything here, as you do now get 40 points to spend. Okay, so we are doing nicely here. Okay, and end turn. So soon, if I can start knocking places over like that regularly. This is the thing though, when I've got someone like that, I want to take the money rather than the gold. And sometimes you actually do, sorry, rather than the growth. And sometimes you do actually want to be taking that growth. So now we're not going to get any raiding income here, so I'm just going to double time it back down to support my other army, my other horde. And then we will use the beast paths to get across the sea and into the other bit of the borderlands, and we'll start raiding along there as well. And take a few growths along the way, but if we've got lots of things like that, we should be able to absolutely stack our gold up, which will mean we'll hopefully get into a position where we can potentially even start pushing out a third or even a fourth horde, though I would imagine that's going to be a particularly usually expensive settlement, though we shall see. Okay, so he's double timing it down towards them to try and deal with them, but I'm going to be doing the same. So that's it. I'm not that worried about them. Worst comes to worst, I can retreat and then come back in and smash that army and the settlement. as I said, I am going to be doing a little bit of a rejigging, getting some Bestigors into that army, especially now as I have this much money to waste. Well, not waste, you know what I mean, guys. Yeah, I've got some spare income to throw about at the moment, which I am going to use some of on getting some technology upgrades, actually. So let's have a little look. So we've also got a Bray herd now. So we're going to get this one. We are currently working on, yeah, the Beast Paths. Oh no, what are we currently working on? This one, but it's taking us quite a while. So we're going to grab this, which will help in the research rate again. I wasn't even particularly fussed if he caught me there. Okay, we can wait here. We still have 15k after spending that as well, guys. So, as I was saying, we're in a nice position here. And my Bray herd, you can see what my Bray herd is made of. That is a very tough little herd. So yeah, I'm happy about the position. I don't have much else to say really at this point. We're just I want to take that army, but at the same time, it's not going to be foolish enough to take me and my Bray herd on at the same time. So it's they're probably going to try and get out of there at the moment. And the Skaven are... I'm scared by how many armies those Skaven have, guys. They are looking to be really quite powerful, but Skaven can just push out army after army after army, because Skaven slaves are cheap. I mean, they are really cheap units. So that's not necessarily something for me to be worrying about, depending on what their army makeup is. So yeah, there you see they're fleeing. I've got a random orc horde, which is orc army, which has popped up, a rebellion there. So that's not something I really need to be worrying about. I'm going to move in just to give myself support, and we're going to smash that little town next turn, and then we're going to cross the sea. But I will probably look at getting some Bestigors before I do that. Do a little bit of tinkering with my armies and the layout, and get some buildings and recruit some Bestigors while I've got the money spare. I don't need the leadership, so we'll take the extra rage. Okay, and let's get back onto the one I was getting. Let's chase you off. That's now a nice simple auto. This time I'm going to take the growth. Actually, no, I'm going to take the gold. I'm taking the gold this time simply because I do want to spend a few turns getting ourselves back in order and leveling up a little bit and changing things around just a little bit. So that's why I'm going that way at the moment, guys. Oh, hang on, why have I not got the full growth? And I've not got the full raiding one either, so... And we've leveled up again, so we've got 2 new spells here. We've got the Mantle of Gortok, which is an augment, which is a huge buff. And we've got Savage Dominion, which spawns a Cygor. Spawns a Cygor, straight up. I want to be able to spawn a Cygor. Okay. And let's end turn again. We're going to do a little bit of unit combining. Oh, I did lose a couple of units there, and a little bit of unit swapping around. Now, I'm probably going to lose that Bray herd again, simply because I'm going to be doing some swapping around. I have been told by somebody in my comments, so thank you very much for that. But if I drop under 17 units, you will always lose your Bray herd. So that is something to pay attention to. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to shuffle a load of units into my newer horde. I'm actually going to jump him across. No, because I'd have to Bray herd with him. Tricky one here to work out exactly what I want to do. But I'm in no rush at the moment, and by rushing I put myself in potential danger. So that is something I don't actually really want to be doing. So we'll probably actually wait a couple of turns, just get ourselves get ourselves back in order. Let's just check. I am on fastest, aren't I? Yeah. He's just running away again. They are building up armies over here, so they probably know I'm about to come over, but they don't necessarily know exactly where I'm going to land. So, but again, I don't have to. I could stay here and play with the orcs and the dwarfs for a little bit as well. I'm nicely safe here. I could even play with a Skaven a little bit, because while they're hiding there, I'm not necessarily adverse to being at war with them, though it would be an interesting battle because I'd have to, because they don't shatter particularly easily. But then again, I'm a very mobile force, so actually I should be able to break them and keep chasing them down. Oh wow, we have 2 Brayherds on the march now, so actually I am going to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of unit merging again.
Malagor.
I'll do that to both armies actually. So I'm going to lose at least one of my Brayherds here. Right, so you can get them. You've still got all your archers. So actually, he's still got a very big setup. Do I want to give him the giant? I am going to give him the Gorble, actually. Now you can switch to encampment stance. Now we do have a few extra buildings, so I'm going to get this to get myself a second Gorble. We'll push up that one, and now we are going to recruit ourselves from this one. Some Bestigors, which are only costing me 113 upkeep at the moment. Right, so that'll do to start with. There are other things I do want to be picking up, but that'll do to start with. We're just starting. Let's just have a look at how a Bestigor is compared to some of the other units. So that's Great Axe Infantry. They have 75 men rather than the 90. So they've got a smaller unit count. I pinned you. Why did you not stay pinned? Okay. They've got quite a lot of armour. So they don't have a weapon damage of the Minotaurs, but they've got a lot of armour. So what I probably want to do is I want to get a couple of units of Minotaurs into this army as well. And then we'll use some normal Gors. We'll actually have some Gors with shields as my more defensive line as well in this one. So this will be an expensive horde, but it'll be quite a good horde as well. And obviously we've got our giant for very hard hitting stuff. Okay, now you... Do they have a town around here? You can jump over to here because you've got a very strong thing, so even if they attack you, you're relatively safe. Okay, and we do have a little bit of levelling up to do. So we're going to take the power drain to get ourselves some extra power. We also have all of these I can take later on as well. So, and let's get our next tech, which is the speed for all of my units. Okay, we have spent quite a big chunk of our money now, so we do want to start raiding away. Now my Brayherd has not followed me over because it's not necessarily able to at the moment, but I should be able to start raiding over there next turn. So that'll be very nice for me. And hopefully I'll be able to start pulling out quite a lot of income from here. Now, the thing with upping my hordes into some really, really shiny, very powerful hordes is it means that I'm actually going to be being in a lot more conflict, because I'm going to want to be... No. Because I'm going to want to be being in a lot more conflict with them to maintain the money to pay for these hordes. Because even with all this reduced income, they are still going to be quite expensive to run. Because that's still 100 a thing, and I have a base income of 2,500. And while running multiple high-level hordes, I'll probably run lots of, long run when I start throwing out extra hordes. I'll probably have smaller hordes, which are basically just raiding hordes, which I'm not so fussed about taking damage. But that's something to look at for the, I'm not in the position to start just throwing out throwaway hordes yet. So at some point, maybe we'll have enough spare growth and things just to be able to start throwing that and actually passing them armies from our main hordes, but that's not where we are yet. Okay, and I'm getting a lot of income from raiding over here. We're going to get ourselves out of the way a little bit. Okay. Right, we've got Minotaurs with shields, which we can get now as well. And what I can do is I can recruit myself. Oh, I can only have one at a time. I need to get up to the top level to unlock more Gorbals. So that's fine. I do want to be doing that relatively soon. Minotaurs with shields, and then I can get great weapon Minotaurs, which actually are probably what I'm going to go for long run. So obviously we've got the... these guys cost 150. They are armor 35, 154 weapon strength, and 36 melee attack, 32 defense. These 46 defense, 36 melee attack, 154. So actually... So 32, 36. The only real benefit of the great weapons is their armor piercing, is their extra armor piercing, which I don't necessarily. In fact, these guys also have armor piercing. These guys just have anti-large as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go straight for them actually. So we're grabbing 2 units of them. We're dropping a load of these guys. I want 2 units of Bestigor. And let's have a look. The thing I'm lacking here is any anti-infantry, which is a little dangerous. Sorry, anti-cav. But, well... I say that, I've got my cav, which I can use as anti-cav. Now long run again, I'm also going to replace these guys with higher level units. But that'll do us for the time being. Right. End turn. And once this army gets together, it is going to be a very powerful army. So I'm also going to take a couple of Gors with shields. They are a little bit cheaper, but just so I've got that little bit of extra defense if I need it. I don't think it's something I'm going to need. Oh, and actually I do want to leave some room in here for a Gorbull as well. So, I don't want to necessarily fill myself up completely. Though I can potentially even drop out some archers now. Because these archers, while they're nice, it's nice having archers, they are very low level archers. So they're not going to be as good long run. I do also have the giant, which I can chuck out into another army if needs be. So we do have some spare stuff to play around with. So we might actually swap our giant into the other army and keep my Gorbull in this army. Because obviously this is my main army. Okay, so they've just smashed my Bray herd. And they are pulling themselves back a little bit. Though they do have quite a big army there. So I do want to still keep just paying attention to what they're doing, just in case. But no, now it really is. Oh, and they've also resettled somewhere over here as well. So we are... No, I'm comfortable with the situation at the moment, though I don't necessarily want to be on my own over there for too long with my other horde. So just in case they manage to send a lot of things over there just to start messing me around. Okay, so one more turn to the Vestigors and a few more turns for the rest of my units. So let's actually start moving this guy over here just to keep him a bit more out of the way. So I've got options from here basically if I do need to want to fall back. Okay guys, anyway, that is our 30 minutes, so we are going to be cutting this one here. Next time, full-on invasion of the Border Prince's lands with both our hordes, and we'll start ravaging our way through up towards the Empire. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I am new to this, so please feel free to throw any constructive advice and criticism in the comments. Thank you for watching.